All right, welcome, Nargis. Do you have some big downside numbers for us today?
Hi Dale, good
Hey,
morning.
good morning. How are you, Nargis?
I am good. Thank you very much. I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah. Oh, look, we're going to start with Elon. Okay.
Yeah, this is the most hot topic, right?
Yeah.
Elon and Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Doge, of course. So,
Yeah.
so this was your talk, and from, all sideways, then you had this ferocious move, tested back, and, like on a two drive or W, it went up, tested a new high, 485. The actual high was 488, and after that, it's trying to test down, just like Nvidia. So this is where it is testing, and there's a gap. It filled in the, like a few days ago, there was Globex low 210.52, and the gap is 214.74. So that didn't
So you
fill.
you looking for buying opportunities here because I see two
Yes,
drives. I see the one in
yes,
2021 and I see the one that we had last year. And
yeah.
so we
So
we should dig
basically,
in our heels here pretty soon then, right?
yeah, so the only tricky part would be, will they actually fill the gap, or they will just reverse back from 225? So, that the trick is always there, because maybe you want the least participants and then want people to chase. That can happen, but the idea is, early 200s. This could be a good chance to at least give it a bounce, if not bottoming and all. Bottoming is always in a hindsight, in my opinion. Once you get tested and all that stuff, then you can say, hey, it bottomed. So first you just go there. So this is how I was looking at it. And so far it hasn't broken this low. And this is your, what do you
Yeah.
call that?
The
Last
gap.
October,
Yeah.
yeah, last October earnings, and this is your election. So it tackled the election. Only
Yeah.
thing is the October earnings is remaining. It almost came, like the upper gap. It filled, but not the actual gap. So it could satisfy, if it wants to. So it's just trying that. So one thing I would like to say here is 252 is a very important number. So as long as it is trading above it, even for a bounce, it will try to test higher. And then after that, we see whether it is bottom, like, to see a larger ABC, and then see whether it wants to go away from, or rather continue the rally, because this is a big fall. So just testing itself would give some, good, uh, maybe lot of this thing,
You know,
75 points, 100 points, all those things.
okay, so
And
Tesla's pretty specific. What about this, Nargis? Do you think that the correction or the sell-off, the 10% sell-off, is over, or we're just going to get a reflex, a corrective bounce off of this, and then have another wave to the downside?
I that can happen, because I'm just right now, 61, 63 is where, remember, if we talked, when we had talked earlier, I had 59.29 to 62.41, a range bound thing. So it used to come to 59.29 zone, and it used to kept bouncing there. It happened 3 4 times, and then
Right.
61 63 got kept rejecting. 3 times it rejected, if I'm not wrong. And from there it came and it broke 59.29. So as long as we are below 59.29, there is weakness. But
Okay. That
since
that's
it has,
61. That's 61.8 back as well. And trend
yeah,
lines.
yes,
There, I have a lot of
yes,
confidence. Most bears don't think it has enough juice to get up there. They're waiting to sell at 38%, which is about 57.70 or so. They're not
50,
looking for
57.
much.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are right. But then you know how ES it is. It's a beast, right? It likes extreme on the downside, it likes extreme on the upside. So on the downside, if you want to look, then 56.25 is what I'm looking at. 56.25, it is above it. We'll try to rally towards, your 57.70 to 5800 to 15, almost towards 6,000, where it broke the daily,
Yeah.
so that can happen, just in terms of a relief rally. But if it is trading below 56.25, then the exposure to 54.77 to 52.50 is there. That is your lower extensions coming in to test from here to here. These are your lower numbers, so this area is still exposed because, as we know, ES likes the extreme. It could come all the way to 53.30 to 52.50, and it will be done, it will have cancelled all the move it done from last October, or from that time frame. And then
Okay.
it can do that. So right now this is your 56.25 is what I am looking at to go up or go down. NQ generally is a little bit weaker, with the Mag 7 complete weak. Apple being the most, suddenly it was the most strongest, and now it's the most weakest. So that's where I'm trying to see three things, or rather four things. One is ES, NQ, Tesla, and Apple, how they come together when things are happening. If they come, all four of them come together at a number, and it satisfies, then we can go with a positive assumption of a bottom and then continue going up. And then in a hindsight, we can say, oh, we bottomed after the test, a retest, and all that. So Tesla, I'm looking at the gap and maybe a little bit lower because it hit 210.52 during the Globex time. Apple, I'm thinking 206 to
Right now, we're
210.
looking at your
Yeah,
symbol search. If you see your page. Okay. All right.
sorry,
Yep.
sorry.
Now we have
I
Apple.
was, yes.
That's
So
okay.
Apple basically, see this, it is trying to, normalize this one here. So if by any chance it doesn't like here and it wants to break this 210 or 20206, then it may come down to 200 to, oh my God, it has a gap.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but
where it's
let's not
going.
go there. Let's not
Nargis.
go there. It's, it will
It
freak
is
people
going
out.
there. It is.
Yeah, yes. But I was looking around
By
192
July.
July.
Yeah, by
July.
July.
Yeah, it is very possible because I definitely saw lower in Apple, and it was definitely below 200.
Where
So
would
that's
you
why
sell
I
a rally if it? Okay, so you're bearish, Apple. Where would you sell a rally?
sell a rally. I will sell around a test around, most likely I want to test 6,000 or close to it. 5,800 to 6,000. If it
Oh,
59.29, we'll see
but
how
I'm
it
at.
wants to
So you're
react
going to
there.
use the S&P as a cue for,
Yes.
and then you'll look at it, what Apple has done after.
Well, yeah, all
As
four of
I
them
do that a
together.
lot
Yeah.
too. I do
Yeah.
that a lot too.
Yes,
Where if
because
something's
Apple
not
is,
clear, go ahead.
yes.
I'm sorry. You
Apple,
want to
for
talk today?
example, yeah, Apple and Tesla for me are not just stocks, right? They're indicators.
Yeah.
Um, they, the ES, NQ, and these two, they come together and they give you the full information. So it's very important to look for all four of them together, and they give you a very good indication of what it wants to do. So, for example, Apple was going till 250. It was single-handedly holding the S&P and NQ and everything when Tesla was falling down. Everything else was falling down. It went to 250, and then suddenly it cracked, and in 2 3 days it was at 210. Right. So that tells me that there's a certain weakness which is there. Of course, a bounce rally is due, and it can happen. But if Tesla is not able to, oh, sorry, Apple is not able to hold 211, then I'm definitely looking at this purple line, and then maybe lower, depending on how things go. As you said, July, it's probably it can happen. But this is the first quarter. First quarter of the year, we are in quad witching right now, and new president, and lot of things going on. So I think
Why
people are also
isn't why isn't Nvidia included in your list?
no, Nvidia is there. Of course, it is there.
No, I mean, but
Nvidia
you're
is,
putting more. You're saying you're putting
wait,
the
yes,
weight on
yeah.
Tesla and Apple. Why not Nvidia?
I haven't seen Nvidia be a very solid indicator to tell you the what the market may be doing. If
Okay.
I can be right, it can become like that, but yet so far not yet. Earlier it was Boeing and Apple. You know, they
Yeah.
used to
Okay.
rotate between the two to run, and you because Dow YM is the one which actually bottoms first. It craps first also, but now Boeing is gone. God knows where it is gone, but it is gone.
Well, I think
So
the lesson in Apple is that people learned it wasn't a 90-day T bill because they were
yeah,
rotating out of chips and other Mag 7 stocks and buying Apple
Yeah,
for safety. They thought it was a safe trade. That was their
yeah.
haven. It's not a haven. It's a
So
it's an Apple.
yeah, so that's one of the reason I look at those two to give me a general marketing indicator basically. And
Okay.
Nvidia is it is also trying to relax because when you move too fast, pre split, it was
Yeah.
440. I mean, it ran too fast from 157 to 440, then from 440 it ran directly to 1250, right? That was a ferocious move. No real estate left, even if it wants to go. In the old times, we used to do Bollinger Bands.
Yeah.
If you see now that Bollinger Band is totally invalidated because the price is too much out there, right, in the space. So now, so they're trying to do all that, come and normalize and fix the technicals, if I may say so that way. And then after that, we may see. I'm thinking that 6241 is still not hit, and it tried to take out 6163. So I'm still hoping to get that maybe after the first half, possibly, once everything settles down. And what happens around this 5300 or 5250 to 5625, if we go there below
Do you
5625.
have any numbers at 4,900?
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, you can go all the way till 4200, Dale, because all the gaps are all the way there, right?
Yeah.
So this is your 5300 going on all the way, and see this.
Oh, so you do have 48. That was the breakout.
Yeah, yes. And there
Okay.
is a gap also which never got filled, 4600,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So yes, if it wants to, I mean, ES has its own mood. If we can assume it will do this, do that, but it will do its own thing. So we just follow the price. And right now the price is saying, hey, I'm only looking at 5625 above or below, and see if it wants to give a rally, then I'll take it. If it doesn't want to give a rally, then I'll sell it at my numbers where major inflection points, how it wants to treat there. And and NQ also, if you see, this had the most,
Even
actually,
weaker.
yes, it is much weaker. The one thing I wanted to show is that monthlies are broken now, right? And when monthly is broken, or rather, see, this was your structure 1 to 3 months, and now it is below that structure, almost going below this, right? So when that happens, then this is what the reference should be, and this should dictate what it is doing. And this is just your first month where it has come down. And if it wants, hell, it can come down all the way here till 17,000, right? So
Yeah, I think
be
so.
open.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So be open to that mindset. Now the reference point should shift from daily, weekly, and shift it to monthly. And that's where a few days ago I had tweeted that it is trying to break this 3 monthly. This thing, ES also has done the same thing. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4 months, and now it is down. And following April, we will see whether it wants to rally and test here and test a little bit above, or come down via a bearish ABC. It can do that, and it has a lot of stuff to come down to. This is your 5300, where these 3 months are the last April, so it will be 1 year. So so a lot of possibility. And right now it is resting here 5625, and then you have your 5477 to early 5400s, 5350, and a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to watch how March settles, and then how April wants to settle. It wants to bottom here, or it wants to do a bearish ABC, or it wants to continue down. We will see. So
Yeah.
that's there. And price has been going up on a bearish divergence. So this is there. Why it is coming? This, yeah. So
Yeah. So you had divergence on the weekly near the highs. You had divergence on the daily at the highs. You had
yeah,
divergence on the 4 hour. It
yeah,
was across the board. And
yeah,
and Saloom didn't come in for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Well,
yes,
we dropped 10% in the S&Ps and
yep.
20%
And if
in, but he's back now, ready to be a buyer. Uh, Never hear about people's. You ever notice how you never sometimes hear uh, people saying these three words, they choke on it. I say it because it happens all the time. I was wrong. I
Yes,
missed it.
definitely.
I missed it. I got out
Yes,
too early. I mean, all these things
yes.
happen. And
It
if you
happens,
think
and
you
it
walk
happens
on
very.
water, if you think you walk on water, I would get some oxygen tanks in case you go
Yeah.
underwater. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, okay. So, any other markets besides equities that uh, mean something to you in
Oh,
here,
sorry.
Nargis?
Yes. Yeah, GC is there, it broke out
Yeah.
from the 1900 and now it's 3048.
Yeah.
So 3053 I was looking for and it hit,
Oh, so we're there
60
now.
cents less. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
reacted, I think, right? If we see, it reacted, and it puked 20 points and it's doing that. So I'm looking around, let's say if
We're
it holds
close.
3000 and it tries to maintain 3053, then probably it may hit 3137. And
Okay.
that's where, and if it hits directly, like, fast and furious, then probably that could be a bigger inflection to, at least be mindful of your profits and, maybe to see some pullback or resting, or we will see whether it is kind of short term topping for that one, um, around late 3000s to 3137. That's what I'm trying to look for. So I'll just, from here onwards, it will be, I divide numbers into four parts between two numbers, and then, when it's reaching an inflection, because there is no guarantee it's like going to actually hit that number. Either it will be below that number or above that number. So, I go in quarter parts and then see how it going. So it was 3000, 3053, then 3081, then 3100, then 3137. And in all of this, I'll see, is there an opportunity to short
Okay.
gold?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us
And
know.
yes.
A new
And
high here
CL,
on that 2 hour would have another new high, and you'll have a divergence on that two
yes.
hour gold chart. All right. So, what are you thinking here in crude? We
In crude,
bottoming or one more flush?
crude actually, I'm going by 69.4. Oh, see, it's back to this.
Yeah.
It just loves this, and so far still it is holding. And but 69.4. I mean, you can relax on the decimal because it moves as the time goes by. So 69 to 69 and a half. If it is trading below it, then it's weakness, like Tesla 252 and ES 5625. That's the number I'm looking at. Below that, oil is weak and it may try to break and come down more. But if it gains here, then probably it may be an ABC to, just test back up. And from, what do you call that, 69 to 77, these two numbers, it hasn't liked above 77 much, and it is trying to stay around 69. It hasn't done much below it as yet. So between these two numbers, it hasn't decided what it wants to do. So below 69, it is weak. 69 to 77, it is a chop, and above 77, it becomes bullish. That's my take on oil, basically. So trying to keep it very simple, um, and trade the price based on my numbers, and that's how I'm going to do it,
Okay.
instead of saying, hey, it's going to bounce, it's going to do this, and all of that stuff. This
Okay.
structure is, as we had talked before, very vulnerable. And if it wants to fall, then oh my God, yeah, it can do that. But so far, it's still holding. Um, and I know the XY 111, I remember I tweeted on your this thing, it puked back from there, and it is still inside this structure, holding 103 and 201, this zone, and it's right in between actually. See,
Yeah.
103. So
So you sell rallies in the dollar?
I know I have not traded this. It's yeah, I look all of these as indicators, all of them. You know, at inflections, I look at all of them, five, six
So
things,
we're then,
DXY, TNX.
okay. Did you have any recency? Were you surprised that the dollar got killed and wasn't risk on like it has been for the past, I don't know how many
No,
years.
no, I was not surprised because you know it's the kind of moves they are doing, right? So reaction was definitely expected around 111, and it did that. So if we can see, so right now what we have to see is it done here or it wants to, go out above here. So I'm just trying to see whether it's a test or a retest, and then what it wants to do. It's about, so right now this is your chop.
Yeah,
See, from 198 to 111 or 114, this is the big chop zone. And it's trying to honor the bigger supports and
resistance.
resistances.
Yeah,
Let's just say that, right?
yeah.
So these things are very good. I mean,
That's a
see, right
pretty
now
ugly
we
quarter candle, isn't it?
yes. Uh,
Okay.
if you see, Dale, we hear this word volatility a lot in the markets, and people are putting out, oh, this, that, it's a crazy market, it's that, it's that. But in all of this, uh, the indexes, the stocks, they are very good at following the numbers, right? It will be ferocious, it will be wild, but they do react at those numbers, right? So it tried to reject 56.25 a lot, and then it crossed it, and then you got that, day before yesterday, it got a nice bounce. So we are kind of getting 200 points on an average rally. So it's a day trader's dream market. If you trade futures, then up and down, it's you must
Yeah.
have been very good at making money in this market if you are a futures trader. So that's also a very good thing, in my
Okay.
opinion. So I personally feel it's all done very nicely, very methodical, and that's why one more thing I will say here what to look for in VIX. VIX is 26, 27. It almost hit 30 and then it scrapped down. So three numbers I'm looking: 17.5, 18.6, and 19.65. Okay, so right now the price is above 19.65, so it is pretty bullish. But
Yeah.
once it comes down, and between 17.4 to 19.65 is a chop zone. Below 17.4, I believe we may get a new all-time high. Okay, because it will try to flush VIX down and the market will rally. So this range, 17.5 to 19.65, is very important number. And generally VIX is a depreciating asset, so it definitely craps back once it hits whatever it wants to hit. But as long as it is holding this zone, the markets will be weak, and
Okay. So
we'll
your
we'll
key
keep
number
seeing.
is what? 18 is the key number?
No, 19.65.
19.65. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
and once it yeah and 17.4 to 19.65 is your chop area. It'll chop. It'll try to figure out test, retest, test, retest, and below 17.4, um, it'll try to flush, or rather S&P will try to
oh, okay.
and probably hit that 62.41 or maybe higher. So
Okay. Keep an
yes,
open mind.
keep an
Nargis
open mind.
has,
yes.
yeah, keep your account open, and Nargis has some good numbers to pay attention to,
Y-
important levels. He does real nice work with levels.
yes.
So where can people follow you? Nargis
People can
double
follow me
seven.
right here. Where's my profile? Yeah.
There she is. And there's
Yeah.
her son. He rides a Harley.
Yes.
And
Yeah, I know. He's a grown-up boy now, 17 years old.
okay. So does he have a
Yeah.
Harley? Still ride a bike, a
No, no,
motorcycle?
no. Harley and all he has to buy on his own. Go do your work. Yeah.
All
Yes.
right.
Just like I did it on my own,
All right.
you need to, yeah. I'm
All
going to
right.
give you
You're not.
education. I'm going to give you good values, and you go
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah. You go make the bucks.
Yeah.
All right. So Nargis does not spoil her her son.
I know.
Anyway, with love you do. Just not. A lot of people buy their kids by giving them stuff. Anyway, great having you here.
Great
Nice
always
having
being.
you here.
Oh, and one more thing, Dale. We talked, so God knows if you get a flush, FOMC is there. So Be prepared for that
A flush.
combination.
All
That's
right.
a confluence as well, right?
All right.
It has
I think.
single-handedly from past 3 4 years it has happened without fail. So who knows?
Oh yeah, that does happen. I'm thinking
Yes,
up until the end of next week, and I'll try a
yes, yes,
short,
yes.
and then
Yes,
I'll see what things are doing, kind of like you.
yeah,
When the S&P's, 38, 50%. I'd love a 61.8. Anyway,
yes,
we'll see. The
yes,
market always shows its hand. Time, the tincture of time. So thank you
yeah.
for spending some of your time with us today, Nargis. Really
Yeah.
appreciate
The
it.
only thing is we have to see these two gaps. There are two gaps here. So if it fills this gap first, then probably it may come down to fill this gap, right? It generally attacks that. But if it fills this gap here and then definitely this whole slanted 45-degree line can be tackled and price can move up. It has
Okay.
a lot to go and retest up. So, yeah.
All right. So follow Nargis, and you get some good levels to pay attention to, integrate into your Um, and she's got a YouTube channel now, and she's got a website. Let's see your
Yeah.
website.
Uh, it's very basic, Dale. It hasn't, I have not worked on it. Um, and I'm trying
Okay.
to, yeah. So just mostly trying to work on Wix. So I think I'm
Okay.
mostly still on X, trying to, because that's easy. But
Okay.
this is something like, I thought I need to progress myself because, I've realized that being a mouse doesn't help very much.
Being a mouse.
Yeah, being on the high, when you have such a good content and you have such good things to offer, then getting sidelined because you are not out there talking, I didn't like that part. So
Okay. All right. Well, I wish you a lot of success with this, Nargis. And
yeah,
it's good experience for you to deal with the public, and have money be in between, have a transaction, because you're going to see a lot and learn a lot about
yeah,
people now. I
yes, yes, yes,
guarantee,
definitely.
I
And
guarantee you.
my
Okay.
yes, no, my goal is not to become a service provider or anything, but have a very small group of similar kind of people so that I tune out the noise, of many people
Yeah.
out there. So I want to only
Okay.
be with people who understand me and they, so that's my idea.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to vet
Yeah,
people. So if
yeah,
I could
yeah.
send you 100 people today, you don't want them because you don't
No,
know
no,
them.
no, 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 no. I don't know. I want to just work on my levels,
Oh,
my studies,
okay.
not
How about
manage
if
people.
I sent you 10 today? Would you want to take them?
Probably, and see how
You
it
know
goes,
what?
but
I
not,
bet
yeah,
I would take that bet that you would. Um,
yeah,
anyway, good luck with this, and be patient with people. Tell them to be patient with the
yes,
markets, and be patient with yourself, Nargis. Most of all, we
yes,
lose patience with ourselves. So,
I know.
good hunting,
And,
my
and
trading warrior sister.
yes, you too, Dale, and all the best. And let's try to be better traders. Let's try to be more patient in this heavy year of Mars.
Yeah,
Not too much anger, but peace out.
peace. Peace
Yes,
to you, Nargis, my trading
you
warrior
too.
sister. Uh,
Thank you, Dale.
I'll talk to you in June.
Yes, sir.
We'll have
Got it.
Nargis back in June, everybody.
Yes.
So,
Hopefully, we'll see some good numbers by then.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're at 4,800 by then.
Yes. Yes. That is also a good number. Up or down
Yeah,
doesn't matter, right?
yeah. Just being on the right side. So
Yes.
people
On
are
the right
thank
side
pe
is.
people are thanking you, and everyone, you could join the dream team on the morning edge in about 14 minutes. Remember, don't just count your levels, count your blessings. Thank you again, Nargis, for coming in and sharing your work with us.
Thank you. And have a good day. And let's see what FOMC brings for us.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if Chairman Powell is nice or mean today.
I
Okay,
think the narrative is only going to be about Trump. The algos are tuned to react at the levels, and he comes and talks around that. So these two are the major movers,
yeah,
and all the narratives are there to support that narrative. In my opinion, that's my observation I've made so far.
okay, all right. So,
Okay.
Nargis getting accustomed, acclimated to Trump 2.0. All right.
Yes. So
Okay, I'll see everyone. What today is Wednesday. Okay, see everyone tomorrow. Thanks, Nargis.
thank you, Dale and the team.
All
Lovely being
right,
with you guys.
all right. Thank you again, and see all your warriors tomorrow. Good hunting and adios. Peace out.
Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.